Rams 94 at Seahawks 85 when Sunday, 1:05 p.m. Where CenturyLink Field, Seattle 9 Seahawks by 2.5 TV radio CH, 11:710 AM, 93.1 FM, 1330 AM Spanish Rams offense versus Seahawks defense. The Rams scored only 10 points in these teams' first meeting, in October, but they totaled 375 yards and had 5 drives ended by turnovers, 3 fumbles, 2 interceptions. Plus, had quarterback Jared Goff's last-minute pass been 2 inches closer to receiver Cooper Kupp, the Rams would have pulled off the victory. Since that game, the Seahawks have lost, to injury, 2 major pieces of their secondary, in cornerback Richard Sherman and Cam Chancellor, but clearly Seattle still has great defensive depth. 2 weeks ago, the Seahawks played Philadelphia, which has scored the most points in the NFL this season, and the Seahawks held the Eagles to 10 points and forced 2 turnovers. Edge Seahawks offense versus Rams defense. Seahawks offense easily could be substituted for Russell Wilson, because the Seattle quarterback has accounted for all but one of the team's 2 counts this season and also is its leading rusher. Seattle has dealt with a revolving door situation at running back, largely because of injuries, but Wilson has been a stalwart. Still, in the team's October meeting, the Rams held Wilson to 198 passing yards, and only 16 rushing yards on 5 attempts. This is where the game will hinge. The Rams will be without cornerback Kayvon Webster, who tore an Achilles tendon last week, so the Rams will have to contain Wilson on the ground and contain receivers Doug Baldwin, Tyler Lockett and Paul Richardson. Edge Rams special teams. In a season of special teams highlights, the Rams recorded another one last week when Michael Thomas blocked a punt and Blake Countess returned it for a 2 count in the third quarter in last week's loss to the Eagles. Rams kicker Greg Zuerlein, excellent all season, didn't get to attempt a field goal last week, and the Seahawks have had some angst with kicker Blair Walsh, who has made all 6 field goal attempts from inside 30 yards but is 14 of 21 from beyond 30 yards. The Seahawks have not broken a long punt return this season, but Lockett is solid on kickoffs, as he averages 25.0 yards per return and has a long return of 57 yards. The Rams' Pharoh Cooper might earn a Pro Bowl spot as a kickoff returner. Edge Rams coaching. The Rams' Sean McVay engaged in some significant self-criticism last week over his usage or lack thereof of running back Todd Gurley. McVay also went away from Gurley during these teams' game in October. So, this is a challenge for McVay. Conventional wisdom might have the Rams swing too far the other way, and ride Gurley, but the Seahawks probably are anticipating that move. McVay will have to watch wits against Seattle's Pete Carroll, long considered one of the top defensive minds in the NFL, but Carroll is at risk of failing to reach double digits in wins for the first time since 2011. Edge Seahawks intangibles. Not only did the Seahawks lose to Jacksonville last week, but they've had to fend off criticism after end Michael Bennett got aggressive on the Jaguars' kneel-down play, and after Quinton Jefferson had to be restrained from climbing into the stands to confront Jaguars fans who were taunting him. The question for the Rams might be, how much do they have left in their proverbial gas tank? It's been a tough stretch, with 3 of the past 4 games against Minnesota, New Orleans and Philadelphia, and now the Rams have to play at Seattle, but thus far, they've rebounded from every loss with a victory. Edge Rams matchup to watch. Rams right tackle Rob Havenstein versus Seahawks defensive end Michael Bennett. Havenstein suffered a knee injury last week against the Eagles, and on the one play he missed, Philadelphia end Chris Long forced a strip sack fumble when matched up against backup Darrell Williams. Havenstein, for the most part, has been solid in pass protection this season, so if he can play, the Rams will need him. Bennett also was limited this week because of a knee injury, but he is a big, fierce pass rusher. Bennett has 7.5 sacks this season, including 1 against Goff at the Coliseum in October. Prediction: Rams 24, Seahawks 21. There's always the Seattle effect, because of how difficult it can be to play late-season, cold-weather games at CenturyLink Field. In the first meeting, the Rams made a handful of huge mistakes on offense but still nearly won the game. Now, they're healthier than the Seahawks and no doubt motivated by the fact that a victory would all but clinch a division title. This game will be on Goff, who will have to play mistake-free and not get rattled by the crowd or probable rain. The Rams' defense won't be surprised by anything done by Wilson and the Seahawks' offense but will need to eliminate the big chunk plays.